Thank you.
Good evening, ballers. Welcome to the 71st episode of the Stepback, the Dennis Schroeder edition. Yeah, that's the number. That's the number the fans gave him after he refused to take the money.
I like that one. I didn't even think of that one.
I just happened to see it tonight because they were playing Miami, and I totally forgot Schroeder took 71.
That's great.
Back here Friday night, right around the corner of opening night for the NBA season. Your host Leon Tompkins, my main man Jacob Moses, Knicks gear, Nets gear. My man got the Allen Houston. I'm wearing Kyrie Irving's jersey because it's the only time you'll see it this year.
Man.
Bro, how you feeling down up there, man?
I'm feeling good. Work week is over. I got to go to my boss's kid's baptism, so that's going to be weird. But other than that, I'm healthy. I'm feeling well. Kids are doing well in school. No complaints. How are you doing down there in NYC? Place to be.
It was 80 degrees today.
Hell yeah.
It was 65 last week. Supposed to be 65 on Sunday. So I think summer is just about over here. It was good while it lasted, but football season in full swing. We got the MLB playoffs, really weird playoffs going on, but you've got some juggernauts going there, and exciting WNBA playoffs going on. The finals here.
You ain't never lie.
And Tuesday night's opening night for the NBA, the Nets and the Bucks, the Warriors and the Lakers, I believe. But we know who won't be there opening night for Brooklyn. The never-ending saga of Kyrie Irving. Bruh, I'm one of the biggest supporters of Kyrie. I get his stance most of the time. I understand his line of thinking. I'm not going to defend him on the flat earth, but listen, man. It was more than enough time to realize, you want a vaccine, you don't want a vaccine. You can't hold the team hostage like this. There was no way they're gonna let you play just road games, and if you want to file for an exemption, for a religious exemption, you could have did that. Like KD came here because of you. He signed the extension, thank God. Harden, now he was a little hesitant on signing that extension because he wanted to see how things played out. But I think when push comes to shove, I think he'll sign it at the end of the year. But it looks like they rescinded Kyrie's $186 million extension because, hell, he's not reliable.
That's crazy, man.
It's all a chain of events. If he didn't take that 2 weeks off beforehand, just going out and partying and shit, he might have a leg to stand on. And talking about being a voice for the voiceless, of vaccine mandates, I get that. I get you control your body, and these are personal decisions, and he gives a lot back to the community. But at a certain point in time, you owe it to your teammates that, what, they came here because of you.
Yep.
And I don't know. It's hard to fault a guy for his personal decision, but I understand where the Nets are coming from. They can't wait around on him, and this is a loaded team without him, but they're damn near unstoppable with him.
Oh yeah, I was watching the preseason game yesterday, and good Lord, man, you guys got KD, Harden, you got Wnba back, you got Cameron Thomas, who's a walking bucket. You have Claxton, who I think with enough time he's going to be good. You have Blake Griffin back. Patty Mills. You still got Shannon, or did you trade him?
We traded him for Carter.
Okay, so Javon Carter, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
him. Okay, so he's a good 3-point shooter. You got shooters everywhere. Excuse me, you got I ain't gonna call him Joey Buckets. I ain't feeling that name. You got Joe Harris. I mean, just it's just so much talent on that squad, and you put him there. I had you guys going to the finals. To be honest, like that's a little sneak peek of the finals prediction. That's the half of the team, but I had you guys going. But whatever happened to ISO gang? I mean, that's supposed to be the gang you rep in this war. You're a vet. I mean, you can't. God, man, Kyrie, come on, man. It just I know KD's just like really, and it's funny because he wanted to stay away from the Knicks because of the drama, and then you look at that and you're like, oh, well, really, you facing that now, brother. But all in all, it's still going to be a good team without him. But still, I won't say you guarantee a championship, but 95% ain't bad either because that's a bad man when he's on the floor. We all know what Kyrie can do, how he can break down a defense. When he gets hot, damn near unstoppable. Go back to 15 in the finals. You saw what he did against, you know, Stephen Curry and the Warriors. Dude iced him, hit that game-winning shot, and it was all she wrote. And you come back now, I think the mental aspect of everything is coming back. Well, we know about him. We all know that he was fighting some demons in his head that, we don't know about, but
Mm-hmm.
it's how he feels. And you can respect that, but like you said, you owe it to your teammates to be a man and you go to war with your teammates. That's just how it goes. Your brotherhood in the NBA, not a lot of you guys get in it, but come on, you gotta if you're not gonna play for yourself, play for your teammates. And I'm not even a net fan. I'm just
Bro, just take one shot. You know, just take the second one. Just
you can lie about it.
gonna go into prosthetic arm and just here you go. That's it. But like KD left Steph Curry for this nonsense, man.
Mm-hmm. They would have won at least another one. He comes back healthy, playing like he is now. They would have won another one.
Yeah.
Damn. And that window, man, that's that window we talked about. I said, was it 3-year window, 3 or 4-year window you have?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes by kind of quick. And if y'all don't win a championship this year, what's Harden going to do? He's not going to want to put up with it. So you might see him in LA next.
No,
You never know.
no. What I'm hoping is he doesn't go to Philly if they end up trading Simmons, which we've been talking about it for weeks. Hell, even way back when with the Kyrie for Ben Simmons, and I've been heavily against it. But watching these summer workout videos, I'm gonna believe in Ben Simmons' shot and just what, fuck it, just trade Kyrie right now because I think this is now the point of no return for Kyrie in the locker room.
Yep.
You can stand behind for a lot of things, but it's with the way everything went down last year, it was out of their control, and you're back for the championship run and, like you say, the limited window. To be a voice for the voiceless, and I heard that 20-minute IG live rant he was on. I mean,
I didn't see it.
oh, it was. He really said a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
He trying to play victim, trying to say demonize and commit a crime, which is all true, but like I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to take the vaccine. I don't want to take the vaccine, but I don't want to fault those who did. All right, so take the fucking vaccine. What the fuck?
Shit, man.
I mean, you're not a doctor. You're not a fucking airline pilot. You're not a bus driver. No.
Shit. We go with our fucking meager ass salaries. Shit, we get. Listen, I'm good. But we have the tired, arms hurting, whatever.
Hell
we just get through that shit, man.
But what makes me more upset in the grand scheme of things, you have people who are supporting Kyrie based on the same ideas that they've been doing before, freedom of choice and whatnot. But these same people turned around when you were kneeling and protesting the flag. These were the same people that were demonizing you. So now they're on your side because it fits their agenda. It's time to wake up, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not on your side because they like you. So I hope he takes a deep understanding into who he's really uh, standing for, because these are the same people that were demonizing your brothers in the NBA, demonizing those Kaepernick and others who, they didn't give a damn about. So,
Mm-hmm.
keep
Absolutely.
that in mind.
Yep. They smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Backstabbers. I mean, hey, OJ, this hey,
Those are facts.
major. I'm, I'm, I'm just disgusted, man. I'm like, you would
Yeah,
think just for your team. That's like I say, just you're a team guy, and it all comes back from being selfish. Honestly, I didn't want to believe that he was that much of a selfish person, but as it went on, Cleveland, you didn't really see it, and then Boston, you're going, wait a minute, what's going on with this guy? And while you caused the rip with him and LeBron, obviously it was something there, but then you go on to Boston, he has his tendencies, and you go with the Nets. Stop playing for however long it was, taking a mental break. I'm like I said, I'm all for mental health. You got to do what you got to do, but it comes to a point where you just got to look yourself in the mirror. Is this what you want to do? I mean,
yeah,
is it? If you want to be you know, voice for the voiceless, go out, march people, go do it. End your career early, like some do, and go do what you got to do. But
yeah,
let's see how it unfolds, though. But like I said, they still top five in the East to me, top three, easy, with help. And they're gonna play. They're gonna go on without him. Steve Nash knew what it was. He was just say, "Listen, we're prepared to go on without him," which I like that answer. So that's
yeah. I've been liking the answers from Brooklyn. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't get mad at him for his choice. So just move on.
mm-hmm,
That's when he shows up, he shows up. So the only
mm-hmm,
way I guess it would end is either they lift the mandates here in the city, which I think may be a possibility when a new mayor comes in.
mm-hmm.
I think is January.
Yeah,
So that might be it. But in that time, that's what, like, it's almost half the season. So you won't
pretty
have them for your
much.
Christmas games because they have their, I think they're playing the Lakers. No,
Yep. No,
they're playing the
yeah.
Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had the vaccine mandate out in L.A. So you can forget
Yes,
that.
damn sure does.
But Carl Anthony Towns, and he had you know a real interesting response to Kyrie's stance.
Mm-hmm.
And then how his family's been affected by COVID and himself,
Yep.
and so he feels strongly about the vaccine, but don't try to push your beliefs on in the NBA for that, because
Mm-hmm.
it affected him personally, so
Absolutely.
it wasn't gonna fly.
Nah, it's just when you lose your mom, one of the most important rocks in your life, it hits you. It really does hit you, and obviously that's gonna set them off because you're just like, listen, I went through this. She died of this, so come on, man. It just yeah that. So I see you. How does that make you look among your peers though too? Like not just Brooklyn, everybody in the NBA. Just like, come on, man.
It's funny you mention that, because so on the IG live, Marbury pops up. He had a few comments on it. So Marbury was supporting him. He
Mm-hmm.
has support from Marcus Morris. I think deep down guys support his stance and his beliefs, but I don't think they like the way he's going about it,
Mm-hmm.
realizing what's at stake for them. And I mean, let's be honest, there's some other players that aren't vaccinated, but it's just that they're not affected by the mandates in their
Mm-hmm.
regions. Wiggins eventually caved and took the shot because he realized, you know what, this is a battle I'm not going to win. So
Nope.
you better call up Andrew Wiggins for some advice, and see how he felt like 2 days later. But
Mm-hmm.
Beal's not vaccinated. Michael Porter Jr. is not vaccinated. So we know who's not playing when they come to New York.
Facts. great. I wanted to beat y'all with Kyrie. Damn it.
It's
That
bad, man.
is,
It's bad, real bad.
it's sad. It's really sad. But life goes on, man. We got a lot of basketball we're watching this year, and got a lot of teams going to come up. A lot of teams re-upping, getting better. Just got to move on.
Yeah, and I guess my last thought on this whole situation is Stephen A. Smith really really going to town on Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean he's going after him pretty hard, but it's funny when Kwame Brown is the voice of reason, and yet and he stated that Stephen A. goes harder on Kyrie than he did for John Gruden. So, for those that don't know, Catch Football Life presents the Audible over Football Life Tuesdays nights at Football Life and Life Group Podcast Family, where they covered the Gruden email scandal and all that nonsense. But, think about it, it kind of makes sense.
Damn sure does. Damn sure does. That's how it goes, man. But like I said, Stephen A., us as African Americans, I think we should hold ourselves to a high standard, I mean, to be honest, we'll get real this segment, the Stepback. I mean, some people hold us to a lower standard, and that's why we gotta lift ourselves up, lift each other up. And like I said, if I see you doing something I don't like, I'll actually damn right I'm gonna tell you, and I expect the same thing. I'm not gonna take it any kind of way. If it's warranted, absolutely. But I think Stephen A., I think that's where he was coming from with that. He's like, listen, you're being selfish. And Kwame Brown, yeah, like you said, I got to go with the Kwame Brown context, actually. I got to see it in what he said. Because I know he talked about it, but I couldn't really get into it. But it pissed a lot of people off. I mean, yeah, you can compare it to the John Gruden thing. Yeah, anyway. Guy's an idiot, but you can check out the Audible for that one and watch those guys do their thing about it. Did a great job on that, by the way, guys. But I don't know, man.
It leaves you speechless. You're mind-boggling, and like the thought process just doesn't compute. Much like Kyrie.
Ain't no puke in there.
It said Kyrie is Kanye with a handles and layup package.
Shit. That's kind of true. That's facts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Whew. Oh man. Talk about another head case. We're gonna go down the turnpike over to Ben Simmons. He realized he was losing too much money. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna show up to Philly. I'm gonna report." And he's been in COVID protocols. He's not. I don't think he's playing tonight, but he's prepared to play for the Sixers during the season after a long holdout. Embiid welcome him back with semi-open arms. Denny Green says, "You know what? You don't even have to shoot. Just show up, be a pro." And Doc Rivers reminding him it's in his fucking contract to play.
Yep. I love that shit. Yeah. See, that's sometimes you hate Doc Rivers, but then you love him. He says some shit like that because he keeps it real, especially off the floor. It's great. But yeah, Ben Simmons, come on, man. You premier guy in this league, premier defender, cares about your scoring. As long as you get under, like if you're right on the rim, dunk the ball, lay it up. But he's a big part of the team. And if I was in B, I think I would have punched him in the eye. Obviously in closed doors. But he's a big part. And he showed up just a little bit. We're talking about a different ECF and maybe a different finals. But once again, the mental games, mind playing, go back to the ghetto boys, mind playing tricks on you. And apparently that's the basket to Ben Simmons. Good. God,
yeah,
damn,
like they're running him out of Philly. They're burning his jerseys. He scored 5 points in Game 7. 5 points. I saw a clip of, fuck Ben Simmons after the game. AEW said, fuck Ben Simmons. That man, he ain't getting anything free out there. So you can
Nah,
forget that.
it's a wrap. Just Kyrie, Ben Simmons. Well,
I
you do that shit. You do that shit in New York, man. I mean, Philly's bad too. But New York, that's another one. You do that shit too.
don't know, man. You take the greatest offensive team in history to break it up for Ben Simmons. Yes, I understand he's great defensively, and I think he can actually shoot.
Yeah, he can shoot.
I don't know about free throws, but I think he can actually shoot. It's
13 to 15
it's mind-boggling to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
But Philly is a much better team with him than they are without him, obviously.
Absolutely.
And the asking price was too damn high, but I don't think they were going to ever get equal value for Simmons.
Nah.
So it's now it's at the point where how can you repair this relationship to make it work long enough for, you know what, let's make a run at it this year, build up his trade value, and maybe we can ship him out of here able to trade deadline or the next off season, because I don't think it's going to work after this year.
Nah. The distrust is there. There's no trust. Obviously, of course, Embiid is going to be walking in with some semi-open arms. That's his teammate. He's like, okay, in the back of his mind, I can't stand your ass. I can't wait for you to go. Danny Green, be a pro. It's in your contract to play. And it just sucks because you got guys like Tyrese Maxey there. He's going to be a good player. You got to be that guy because Ben Simmons, he's actually a playmaker. And you should be that guy to show Tyrese Maxey how it is to be a pro. You got Danny Green, but you're a young vet on that team. And you got to show these young guys this is what you're supposed to do. But no, you holding out. You doing this. I'm not coming. I'm like, what are you guys doing now? Like, what the fuck is your problem, guy? I mean, you get paid to play a game, have fun, and play a game that you love and you spend your whole life preparing for, and you finally get there, and then you act like a damn diva. Like, damn, where are we at now? And this is why Shaq's words hold weight, because these guys act like some fucking divas. That's why I hate sometimes Shaq. I never want to be that old school guy. Yeah, these young guys. But then you put it now, yeah, they're different. They think different. For some reason, they get all this money. The guys back then, the Jordans, the Kobe's at the time, the Shaqs. I mean, they didn't get paid that well. Shaq did get paid a good amount of money, but they're doubling their damn money, tripling their freaking money, and they're just acting like whiny bitches. Let's be real. That's damn it. That's yes, bitches. But good grief, what are you whining and I'm not playing? They don't like me. Yeah, bitch, you don't know how to make fucking layups. I wouldn't like your ass either. You 6'8", 6'9", can't even make a fucking layup. I mean, what? Practice your free throws. I mean, I don't want to see you out partying and no, I want to see you in the gym, be freaking hanging out with Lethal Shooter. I forgot that guy's name. That's pretty nice with it. I mean, get him Brickley, whatever his name. No, not Lethal Shooter, the other guy, Brickley, that Melo be working with.
Yeah.
Get him on the damn phone. Like, get in the gym. You always see Melo working. He had to bust his ass to get back in the damn league. And Melo was a fucking 13, 14-year vet, multiple-time All-Star. Scoring champion. Like, look what he had to do. But then you got Ben Simmons just like, fuck this. I mean, I want to win a damn championship. Act like you want to win a championship and stop the baby bag bullshit. Well, that's it.
He's dated more women than three-pointers made in his career.
Oh, shit. he's the negative Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, he's shooting a shot. Just
Shit. Can't make him off the court, can't make him on the court. What are you going to do? Good gracious, man. This is going to be a wild season, boy. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. And I also heard that apparently some Sixers teammates saying that he wanted to fake positive COVID test to miss Game 7.
Or if he would have done that, he's like, nah, I would have traded him for freaking a pack of Skittles and some chips. You know what I mean? I was so, nah, you don't do no shit like that. Now, that would have been the biggest bitch move ever in the NBA. You would have gone down in the worst kind of way. Oh, man. Now that.
Yeah, I mean, like Pippen migraine level was bad, but this,
Nah, that would have topped it.
yeah,
Oh, man.
there's no coming back from that.
No, not at all. Oh, man.
Do you see an improved Ben Simmons in Philly coming this season?
No. It'll be the same guy. I'll keep it 100. It'll be the same guy. No improvements. He's gonna piss people off, but they're gonna win games. So it's gonna make it seem like nothing's going on. But we all know it's gonna be the animosity. Sometimes you can't get around that animosity, man. It's just, I'm sorry. Just like go back to Kyrie. He couldn't get around that. But once he did what he did in Boston, he was no going back. He wasn't going back. We saw it so many times, with him and LeBron. He wasn't going back to Cleveland. He was out. Once you heard they had that little bickering fest and all this, and you see LeBron looking at him and Kyrie not even looking at him when they were on the bench together, it was over. And nah, I ain't gonna see him. He's gonna be the same defensive guy. Hopefully, I think he's in shape. I haven't seen his videos, but I think he's gonna. Maybe you'll see a little improvement. Maybe a little 11 to 13 foot jumper. I'm hoping. We all know he can do it, but his tendencies are bad. I'm trying to step back on the cursing. No pun intended.
Yeah. I mean, these two characters will just make you lose it. So I get it. I think we curse more in the first half hour than we have in our previous 70 episodes. So
for real, it's so irritating. And these are good freaking players. These are all-star guys. It's just like, what are you doing? Come on, y'all so close to possibly winning a championship, and then you just decide to. This is some stuff that you pull your second year in the league or something like that. But nah, you can't be no 10-year, 5-year vet, 6-year vet to 10-year vet and acting like this. Nah.
It's incredibly frustrating, and
I bet.
But luckily, I think you're a fan of a team that so far in the preseason has looked real good. But the Eastern Conference, I think the Knicks have a much improved roster. Shout out to Derrick Rose getting engaged in the Garden.
That was fire. That was good. I liked it.
It was. I'm not a fan of hers, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't knock a guy for getting engaged. It's moving on to the next step, and the Knicks, in that instance, want to move on to the next step after getting knocked out in the first round by Trae Young in Atlanta. How do you see this Eastern Conference shaping up?
This is gonna be wild, man. I can't, because you just don't know who's gonna be where. This is gonna be a battle, nutrition and all that. Who's gonna be healthy? First I'm gonna have the Bucks. I mean, yeah, definitely the Bucks. I can see It's Bucks are next. I'm going. Bucks. They really didn't. Well, they lost PJ Tucker. And I think that's going to hurt because who guarded KD the best that we've seen in a while? PJ Tucker. So I don't know where they're going to get the defensive stopper from because he was pretty much it. Drew Holiday, good defender, but he's not going to be on your best guy. So Giannis is a good defensive player too. So obviously maybe he'll be that defensive anchor. But I think PJ was more of that guy than because you hardly saw Giannis on KD. He knew better.
Yeah.
He was going to barbecue chicken him all day. Second, I'm going to see the Nets. There's no way the Nets not going to be a top 3 team in the East. They're too good. I went over it. Harden, KD. If Kyrie comes, whatever. You get what you get.
Right.
Patty Mills, I love that pickup. I
I do
absolutely
too.
love that Patty Mills pickup. I
I do
mean,
too.
vet, leader on the floor, fiery. Of course, Brooklyn, you need that. He's going to bring a lot of energy on the floor, bring it to the fans. Fans are going to feed off of him.
Definitely hit a
I
big
love.
shot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Joe Harris, always one of my favorite players. Dude is just lights out. He's open. I just love. I mean, he hit some. I forgot who he hit with the ball. I think it was Edwards. He hit him with the ball fake, and just his form is just pure. Cameron Thomas, that kid. I mean, y'all got a steal in that one. I told you on draft night that was a good.
Hmm.
That was a steal. Love Claxton. LMA, I love him coming back from that whole heart thing. That's cool to see him on the floor. Blake Griffin, he re-upped it. You got rid of DeAndre Jordan, so hey, you can't you can't go wrong with that. You hated him.
Oh, with a
Um,
passion.
you couldn't
I, I, I,
stand him.
I like the Paul Millsap pickup.
I forgot about that until yesterday. I'm like, damn, they got Millsap too. Like this is crazy.
I like the rotation of bigs they got because
Mm-hmm.
these are all like 30-plus-year-olds. So
Yep.
with you know they're going to be some load management on those guys. So you can rotate
Mm-hmm.
those guys in and out. And they got Sharp, the rookie from North Carolina. So I think he's
Yes.
going to eventually get some play. But you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to play, those vets guys back to back. You can
Mm-hmm.
play less minutes for one, heavy minutes on another. But
Mm-hmm.
you have Milwaukee, Brooklyn 1-2. I
Mm-hmm.
have I have him flip flop. I have him Brooklyn, Milwaukee.
Okay.
Uh, uh, I think look out for this name on Milwaukee. He was killing it in the preseason, and I liked when they drafted him. I knew this was going to be a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Nwora from
Yep.
Louisville. That
Yeah.
guy can
Uh-huh.
shoot, rock. He's a quick release. I mean, he. I think he's going to crack the rotation this year as a key bench
Absolutely.
piece. Uh, Real good scorer. I really liked him out of Louisville. Uh, you're going to see big things out of him, and I think DiVincenzo is ready for a much bigger role since suffering the injury last year. But
Yeah.
uh, any other thing I'm looking at this preseason, Giannis mid-range jump shot actually looks smooth. So
Yeah.
if he, that's all he needed was a mid-range shot. Forget the three,
That's it. That's it.
because
That's it.
you have to commit if he has a mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he's gonna blow right by you and just long arm, stretch Armstrong you to the
Uh-huh.
cup. So if the preseason is an indicator of what's gonna happen, yeah, Milwaukee's gonna be
Yeah.
lot of trouble.
Oh yeah. I mean, so we got Milwaukee, Brooklyn, and this is tough because I mean those 3, 4, 5. There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk. All right, I'm gonna give
Who you
them
got
love
three?
now. I'm gonna give them love now. I am gonna go. If everything goes well, I am going to go with Atlanta. I really like Atlanta to take that step and move up just a little bit because Trey Young, what he did last year, I mean, the dude was, you know what he could do, but once you get in the playoffs and he hit that extra level, man, the kid was amazing. You re-up John Collins. We kept saying it. That's who you need to re-up. You got him back.
Mm-hmm.
We still got Capella. You got Herter, who, had his moments. They need to play Cam Reddish more because the kid can flat out score too.
I think they will.
Okongwu, that's another kid that can really play. Give him the minutes. Then you can intertwine him and Capella, or you can have them on the floor at the same time. Uh, they just look good, man. All around, Nate McMillan's just well coached as he took over the reins. They look good, and I really like him in that third spot. I honestly do.
I like Atlanta's firepower. Bogdanovich, Lou Will came
Yes.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Gallinari, just the steady vet, crafty vet. Knocked down a three. Uh, I mean, you worried about their defense, but like you said, McMillan had them well coached,
Mm-hmm.
and they were a Trey Young ankle injury away from making the finals. So
Yep.
I commend your Atlanta pick at 3. It's a solid pick. Uh, I'm a believer in Atlanta. I'm glad it finally came to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
I have a different pick for 3.
Okay.
I have the Miami Heat.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I like the addition of Lowry. I like the addition of PJ Tucker. I'm liking what
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing from Hero so far this preseason.
He's ready.
I think the addition of Lowry and uh, Tucker with the added toughness,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll improve Duncan Robinson and others on that staff. I think they're going to be the best defensive team in the league. I like
Mm-hmm.
their grit, and they do score enough to where I think they'll give people a lot of problems. Um, I mean, they gave up a lot, but I, I think the culture, Spoelstra, and a bunch of proven winners
Mm-hmm.
can go throughout the grind and take that 3 spot in the East.
Okay.
Shout out to our good friend Jason Ortiz, Miami in 5, Heat in 5,
You found.
Heat in 5.
All right. All right. But 4. Screw this. All right. Now I'm gonna get it. The Knicks are gonna take the 4th spot again. I'm going with it. I'm just going. I'm going with it. Yeah, yeah, you heard it. You heard it right. Get the crust out the ears. Yup, the Knicks gonna do it again. You know, re-up with Rose, re-up with Burks, re-up with Noel. Yeah, you got Mitch Robinson coming back. You got the addition of Kemba Walker coming back home, and they just they got it. They were playing with a swag, man. I hate that word, but quickly he's looking good. Ah man, RJ, he's little rusty coming off that, but I'm not worried about him too much. Jericho Sims, I love that kid. I mean, he reminds me so much of Josh Allen. I mean, not Josh Allen, excuse me, Jared Allen. Well, I'm thinking of football. Ugh. Jared Allen, I think I can see it. High jumper. He's still raw, but I don't think we're going to see McBride or Grimes too much. So I'm not going to really say anything about them. Fournier, people get, oh, Nick Davis point. No, when you get 15, 15-point scorer, high percentage from the line, the dude plays tough. He wanted to be in New York. And once again, I will bring this up every single time. When you want to play in New York, when you want to embrace it, we will embrace you. I'm just liking the team. Tibbs, still having them playing tough. It's funny as shit, though. We'll be up by 20. They get down by 4. Timeout. You'll hear, nope, nope, cut it. But, yeah, I mean, they're looking good. I can't – it's always if they're healthy, but the Knicks, they're going to be up there. You can't – I don't think last year – excuse me. And the MIP, Julius Randle, my guy. I've been praising him for years. Loved him on the Lakers. Loved him coming out of school. It sucked. He broke his leg, so it kind of got his career off to a horrible start. But New Orleans is when Anthony Davis went down. He got that shot, and he looked really good. And when the Knicks got him, it was a lot of flack, and I was happy about it. I said, get him a point guard that he can feed off of, or you can run the offense through him, and he'll look good. And he's the leader on the team. He signed a team-friendly 4-year deal. He embraced New York. We love watching him play the playoffs, and we know he fluttered. He definitely fluttered. Give me a second. He fluttered, but that's when you learn as a young player. He's not an old guy, and I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I like the Knicks' improved offensive firepower. They look good in the preseason. You already know they're about defense, so that's always a plus. But yeah, I like the addition of Rose and addition of Kemba. And I was one of those people that was a little skeptical of Fournier, but I think in the role that he's given right now, it definitely works. So the Knicks have more depth than they did last year. It shows in the preseason that now they can keep up with the scoring and play exceptional defense. 4, I think I think a lot has to go right for 4. A lot of teams have to fail. So, I mean, so far, no Kyrie, no Ben Simmons, so it kind of falls in their favor. Apparently, if you ask anyone else, Chicago is taking that spot, but we ain't gonna get into that. 4, I have Atlanta, so I have them one spot below you for more or less all the reasons you said earlier. And Atlanta, I'm real high on, and but then the Knicks, if they can repeat what they did last year, but with the higher offensive firepower going into that 4th spot, knowing that the rest of the Eastern Conference has improved, it's a good testament to Tibbs and what he's building in the Knicks culture. So uh, I I can't be mad at the Knicks at 4.
I think I just like it. And I'm going to get a 5. I mean, this is another thing I'm not sure about because you can flip flop both of them. Like I said, 4 and 5. I would love to see that first round matchup. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bulls. They will see some playoff action for the first time in 5 years. You know, so I wanted LaMelo. I mean, excuse me. I wanted Lonzo. It was a shock. I did not see him going to Chicago. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't see it coming. Then DeMar DeRozan right there. Then you got Vooch. They got to get Zach LaVine to commit, and then I think they'll be good for another 3 or 4 year run. They got rid of Markkanen, which they needed to do. And this team is, I think this is the most improved team in the Eastern Conference, easily, hands down. You know, you got Kobe White coming off the bench now. Patrick Williams,
Caruso.
solid. Anyway, um, now you got Caruso, great. He's a good, solid role player. And that team is going to be fun to watch. Let's see what happens on the defensive end. That's going to be a question. You don't know how it's going to look. Lonzo's a good defensive player. DeRozan, he's more just mid-range guy, scorer, defensive. He leaves a lot to be desired. Vooch, he's not a defensive anchor. And Pat Williams, I think they really got to give him the burn because he's a defensive guy. He's a 3-and-D kind of guy. But Chicago, I can see him at 5. It's going to be fun though. It's good to see the Knicks and the Bulls back in contention to go to the playoffs. Basketball needs it. There you go, Bulls fans. I gave you all your respect. Now kiss my ass.
5 spot, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. I like, you mentioned Tyrese Maxey. I like him. But it's the other players I think that's going to really make the difference. The Furkan Korkmaz and I think Isaiah Joe and Shake Milton's going to make the huge difference in what Philly does. You know, Philly was a top 3 seed last year with those guys as rookies and reduced roles. I think they gained more confidence knowing that Ben was out, expecting bigger roles. So I think an improved Ben Simmons, an improved role for those guys, but I think the rest of the Eastern Conference improved themselves enough to where they overtake Philly's spot, but I don't think Philly drops far enough down to where they're like, below 4 or 5. So
Okay.
I like Philly in a 5 spot, and I'm always weary of Embiid's health.
Yeah,
Even though they have Andre Drummond, who turns himself to a point guard every 5 possessions.
I honestly forgot he went there, but that's good protection for Embiid, man. You know what Drummond's still going to be a double guy if he gets 16 to 20 minutes. He can still around the rim. He grabs. You might call him the new freaking Brown Mound, the rebound, whatever you want to call him, but damn, he can get you 20 rebounds just like that. So, Philly, I like that pick. Next up, I gotta go with the boys from Boston. I think the thing with Boston is you can't deny that Tatum and Brown duo. They're healthy. They get the job done. And they get Horford back. So
get the job done.
They get it done. I mean, Brad Stevens is, muscles his way up to to the front office, so you know how that goes.
Listen, Halle Berry's
But
gonna be courtside.
she, and then you got, the man of the hour, Dennis Schroeder. Man, I mean, the guy, he bet on himself and he definitely lost, but he's still going to put up numbers. He'll get you 16 and 5, which Boston needs that solid point guard, which they got. What else they got on that team now?
Yeah.
Besides,
It's still Marcus Smart there. Robert
Marcus
Williams
Smart,
got himself an
Williams, I like.
extension, and his Cantor coming off the bench. So
There you go.
I mean,
What's the other
Boston
guy's
has
name?
a lot of parts. I mean, I don't think they're offensively as talented as the rest of the Eastern Conference.
Mhm.
I do like Schroeder now that he has to, now that he betted himself and failed, so he's hungry. But I don't think they make enough 3-pointers to keep up with everyone else. I like them defensively because Robert Williams will erase pretty much anything that comes in his way.
Mhm.
And Marcus Smart's a dog on the perimeter, and him and Schroeder's going to just, lock that down. But
Mhm.
I don't think they'll score enough.
I think they might. I mean, Pritchard can shoot. I mean, you can't pay Pritchard.
He
One
can.
of my favorites coming out of the draft. I mean, Romeo Langford, if he got some time, the kid can.
Oh, he ain't getting no burn. He's getting
He
nothing.
ain't getting, which is crazy because he's raw, but he can score. So,
I like
I mean,
Neesmith.
Neesmith, yeah, he can shoot. I was just about to say that he can shoot. Jabari Parker can still score, but you got to stay on the floor to score. So,
Somebody's going to cross him up, and he's going to be out for like 3 weeks. Jabari
Grant
Parker's done.
Grant Williams, can't forget about him. He's tough guy from Tennessee.
Williams.
Man, nah, that dude.
Williams.
I'm tough, man. You
Out there
can't.
for 4 fouls. Stop it.
But come on now, come on.
He's
You can't.
the 2021 version of Big Baby Davis.
No, he ain't that bad. Now you just gotta give the kid some respect.
I'm getting money, man. Yeah, no.
The worst rant ever. But you're forgetting about Josh Richardson. He's a good 3-and-D guy. He's solid.
I did forget about Josh Richardson.
I mean, you got everywhere he goes, he's still getting money.
I'm still not moving him up. I don't give a damn. Popeyes, baby. Shout out to getting money, man.
That's great. Yeah, I'm gonna put Boston there. I'm gonna get some respect. Who you got?
At 6,
I think I know who you got though.
6, I had the Knicks.
Okay.
I had the Knicks at 6.
Okay.
Although the Knicks actually might score more than I thought, so I might put them above Philly. But Embiid is such a force.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they shooting threes, man.
Yeah,
I could 43 a game.
Yeah, I could flip the Knicks and Philly around, but for tonight's exercise, I'm gonna put the Knicks at 6.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. Playoffs is playoffs. All right, number 7. I'm gonna go with all reliable, the Indiana Pacers. Listen, I don't know how that team make the damn playoffs. Every damn year, it don't matter who they got, they making the playoffs. I mean, Sabonis. What's my line? What can't you do? You can't run away
from the
DNA. You can't. That dude is just all-around player, block shots, pass the ball well. He can score. I hate Indiana that they got my man Chris Duarte. That kid, learn that name because you're going to see it a lot. The kid can shoot. He pure form. He was older kid for the draft, but that's crazy when I call these kids. It's just fucking nuts. But you can't forget about him. Miles Turner's back. The kid is good. I don't know why they even have him in any kind of trade talks because I like that front court of him and Sabonis because they play off each other pretty well. And plus, he's extended his range. And he's not bad at it. The key is going to be Karis LeVert. If he can stay healthy, Indiana's going to look a hell of a lot better. And as you know all about Karis LeVert, big shot taker, big shot maker. Malcolm Brogdon, this guy is always solid. I mean, he's one of my favorite players in the league. Well spoken, lets his game just do the talking, just does everything well. Can't still believe he was a freaking second rounder. But Isaiah Jackson out of Kentucky. I mean, I like him. Hopefully he gets burned. I think that's one from Kentucky. But here we go. What TJ we gonna get though? I mean,
TJ
we
Warren?
get bubble. Yeah,
Oh, good God.
I
Nah,
mean,
Jimmy done shut down Bubble TJ forever. He's back to bum ass TJ. So it was good while it lasted. And I'm pulling for LeVert because obviously he's my guy, but I think he's suffered a setback, so we don't know when he's going to show up on the court. But
I mean, Torrey Craig, I like. Nice shooter. He was on the outs in Denver. Torrey Craig, listen. When you can shoot some threes, you get some
make it in the
playing time.
league. I mean, Reggie Bullock can shoot threes, so
exactly. Oh, I can't wait to talk
about.
I can't wait to talk about Nick's West, but T.J. McConnell, all right. Well, let's see. He's a pro. There we go. That's all I'm gonna use. He's just that guy that's gonna be a leader on the floor, hit a few shots. He's kind of like that. He's not a spark plug, but he just kind of holds it together.
Glue guy.
Yeah, there you go. The glue guy.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you got Jeremy Lamb, who seems to just always find his way on the damn team and do something. I mean, no matter where he goes, it just sticks. But yeah, Indiana, I like him. Keelan Martin, I like that kid, but that's if he gets playing time. But Indiana, I can see them taking one of those last spots.
Yeah, I have little to no faith in Rick Carlisle. Indiana is the basketball version of the St. Louis Cardinals. They're boring as fuck to watch, and they fail miserably in a big spot. They go through coaches like water, and they don't acknowledge their long time stars. So yeah,
that's true.
Indiana Pacers. I mean, Reggie Miller doesn't have a statue outside,
which is crazy,
outside that arena. So yeah, Indiana is the basketball version of the Cardinals. 7 is bold. I don't. No,
I'm all
not
about
for
bold,
me,
man. I'm all about bold.
I could see that. I had Chicago at 7.
Okay.
Why they're so low? I'm not in love with their bench. I'm not in love with
it. Yeah. It's
their starting 5 can score. They'll run up and down the floor. But I think once you get to those back-to-backs and 3 and 5s and 4 and 7s, those legs are gonna go. And that's when your depth will come in. And I think Chicago doesn't have that depth. They will score a lot early. But I think during the long course of the season, they might wear out a bit. I do like Lonzo Ball, as you said earlier, the improved shooting form. Put a lot of work in. Credit to him. But yeah, I have Chicago at 7.
Okay. And to round it out, who will I give it to? This is where I want the Hornets to take this ace spot, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to think now. The ace spot, Hornets. I am going to go. The Raptors, hell no. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it again. I think the Hornets might have enough to at least take that 8th spot. I mean, if LaMelo doesn't get hurt last year, who
They
knows
get
what
that.
would
Yeah,
have
they get
happened?
that 8 spot.
I think they get that 8th
Maybe
spot.
7. They might have get it. I think
Yeah,
they were as high as 4 at one point.
yeah. Hayward, he went out for a little bit at the just crucial times they got hurt, but the talent is there. Melo, love Melo, Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington. He played big minutes. He showed that he was a good player. Scary Terry went on a run that I think it got him paid actually.
Yeah.
Um, got him paid, but
They have Kelly Oubre now and
Kelly Oubre,
Mason Plumlee. So they're going to run
damn
and
right,
gun.
damn right. But got a big man. Mason Plumlee, he's not we'll say the best big man, but he's another one of those glue guys.
Yeah.
He'll play tough, and that's what they need: toughness on the boards, toughness on the floor in general. And yeah, I like the Hornets to take that. Oh, Martin Brothers. I like the Martin Brothers.
Oh, yeah. I think one of them is on another team. I forgot which one it is. I think Caleb Martin.
Caleb?
Caleb Martin on the Hornets. But after watching them get their ass beat by damn near 70 points the other night, there's no way I can put them in a playoff spot. Hell no. They'll run. I like your bold statement, but they play no defense. I mean, they play no defense.
Man, no defense to get you an 8th spot.
What? Not last year maybe. Hell no, not this year. I got Boston in the 8th spot only because you're right. Tatum and Brown. I think they'll be the second best defensive team in the East, but the point guard position scares me for the Celtics. They have more depth than most, but I think they're gonna run Tatum into the ground, in order to make the playoffs. And there's a lot of firepower in this Eastern Conference in these top 4 or 5 spots, top 6, and to rely on Tatum and Brown to carry you the entire season, I think is asking a lot of those guys, especially after the Brown injury and COVID and whatnot. I think Horford, like you said, found his way back to Boston, but I think they will get the 8th spot. Doka would be a nice job, and Halle Berry courtside is good, but yeah, I got Boston at 8. Okay. Play-in game 9-10.
9-10. Yeah. All right, here we go. I am gonna go with the Wizards and the Raptors. That's another team that just seemed to stick around. I think the injuries and everything with them, it just didn't help. Siakam can't play any worse than he did last year. Van Vliet, come on, dude, you got your bag now. Now you got to start doing it up. I think Toronto are hanging there to get into a playing game. Washington is one of those teams that they have the talent, from the Thomas Bryants. Then he's coming back. Bradley Beal, of course. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's going to be that guy coming up injury, but I still think he's going to be a really solid player. Thomas Bryant. That's one of my favorite players. If he's healthy, I think they'll do well. The bench, that's going to be the question mark. Rui. Can't forget about Rui.
Yeah, Rui's back.
He's back.
I think the Wizards have a lot more depth this year at other positions than they did before. Now you got Bertans coming off the bench. Now you can get Kyle Kuzma now. Hopefully his head on straight. And Montrezl Harrell. After playing little next to nothing in LA, I think he'll be motivated, energized, prove people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll shoot the three that
Just about to
well,
say that. Mm-hmm.
but I think they have enough depth to where you can get by in a playoff in the play-in game
Mm-hmm.
and tread water throughout the regular season. So I like that Washington pick.
Okay. All right, there, Jared Manuel, tread water.
Tread water.
Can't stand that damn line.
Uh, I have Indiana at 9
Okay.
and Cleveland Cavaliers at 10.
You smoking some tweeds now.
I'm
I don't
telling
know where
you,
the hell they gonna be, but it ain't no playing.
yeah,
They gonna be playing 2K or something.
Sexland
That's
for a
bold.
full season. You
That's
know,
bold.
they're in there. Maybe Kevin Love might be motivated, but I don't think he's gonna have a reduced role. It's Sexland in the trees, man. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. I mean, those guys are tall and they're gonna run a bit. I don't know. I I kind of like where Cleveland is direction is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept Sexton, although I think maybe around the deadline he may be moved, but
Oh yeah.
you know it was a toss up between Cleveland and Washington, and I'm gonna go Cleveland based
Okay.
on the idea that Cleveland just might score a little bit more, and they play just little bit more defense than Washington.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Should we? They say West Side is the best side, but let's see what they're going.
let's,
That's why ain't last year.
no, no, no.
Damn. Shout out to Corey Decker, one of our. I mean that finals had to hurt, man. You up 2-0. You smelled the championship. I mean it was there. I mean you just the little bit of the bubbly could have been yours. That's but Giannis said, "Hell no, this is my moment." He said, "50 chicken McNuggets." He
Pretty
took that
piece.
chip. 50 piece? Yes. He definitely did, man. Giannis, he did his thing. We said we wanted to see that killer version of Giannis. We damn sure did. And Booker, Paul, CP3 going to his first finals, man. They look good. And
Yeah,
I mean, it
it'll,
almost was Suns in 4, but
it'll also be the last time you see Phoenix in the final. So
oh yeah.
and the Suns in the final because better get used to the
That's all
Mercury.
right. Yeah, at least they might be able to bring it home, man.
But out west, I actually have the Lakers as a top seed.
Oh yeah.
I believe in that Westbrook deal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they actually have more shooters than I thought they did. Although Ariza out, Horton Tucker is going to be out for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Nunn. Uh, they got somebody else. I forgot who. Monk, Malik Monk.
Yep, Malik Monk. Yep, they got some shooters.
Yeah, and Dwight Howard looks rejuvenated. Hell, even DeAndre Jordan
Mm-hmm.
looks rejuvenated. So, you
As he
know,
looked away from the camera.
but yeah, I think the Lakers just just off star power alone will
Mm-hmm.
hold down that number one spot.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you. Braun, Melo, AD, Westbrook. They old, but they're gonna score. I mean, all Melo got to do it's gonna look like Melo with an open court. All you got to do is spot up and hit him. Um, but yeah, I like it. It's somewhere Melo should have been 2-3 years ago. Jerry Dudley, screw you. You took Melo's ring. Um, but yeah, I like LA barring injuries. We'll be saying this a lot during this segment, but it's true. You know, let's be real. LeBron's what 37.
Mm-hmm.
Melo's getting up there. He's about the same age. Westbrook's about 32, 33. Dwight Howard too. He's not a spring chicken, but if anybody can make a run, it's a LeBron James led team. And yep, LA. I got LA with the first seed too, and we all know about LA. Come on,
Shit, you know,
they're gonna play
360 tandem, man. It's coming full circle.
pretty much. All he needs to Wayne Wade.
Oh God, don't start that.
You said
Two spot. I have the Denver Nuggets. Uh, Denver, I think Jokic will follow up that MVP performance with another strong year. Even with Jamal Murray out, I think Porter takes another step forward. Despite not being vaccinated, it won't matter. Will Barton came back.
Yes.
Maybe Bo will get some run. I like the addition of Jeff Green.
AG.
Oh yeah, 50 million.
Motherfucker got the bag.
Yeah.
Monte Morris.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget about him. He played tough.
Yeah, I like Denver in that 2 spot.
They're my draw. Yeah, that's solid. 2 spot. I'm gonna go in a different direction. In Utah. I think they can hold it down, be the top 3 team again. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do in the playoffs, but Rudy, Conley, Spider, England. I mean, they pretty much everybody came back. 6 man of the year. Clarkson still there. I think he found a great home in Utah.
Nobody knows who he is. Out there.
Maybe that's a good thing for him. Yeah. But yeah, I think Utah, how they play, best 3-point shooter team in the league. I think it continues. Morocco, Houston. I'm gonna ask you, ill. Morocco, Houston, number 2. Another well-coached team.
Yeah, I like the addition of Rudy Gay. They improved their bench.
Yes.
So, and that was their biggest downfall last year, was the bench.
Absolutely.
I hope they repeat another strong performance, because Quinn Snyder is gonna feel that fire. That seat's gonna get real warm.
Oh, believe that. Believe that.
Number 3. This might shock you. Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard, an improved supporting cast. I like where Norman Powell, and I actually like the Larry Nance addition. It was probably their best move. It wasn't the move to make, but it's probably their best 6-man they had in a while. And Anthony Simons is going to take another step forward. They still have Covington. I think their defense, they took time off. Larry Nance will help that. And a full year of Nurkic will make a world of difference. And Lillard will go on that MVP run and, put up more clutch shots, knock down more, mid-court threes, and get the job done. I got Portland at 3.
That's bold, man. That's bold. I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavericks. Luka. It's going to be Luka. I'm going to go with it. I think this is the year Luka gets into that MVP conversation and really drive it home. Sharman, he steps up. Because come on, when he's healthy, he's hard to stop, man. That's the one thing. Tim Hardaway, he did his thing. He was efficient. That was the number 1 kicker in his career. How efficient can he be? He did it at a high clip, and it was amazing to see him. I always love seeing guys like that. Finally get it together. Powell, I like. He's a very solid guy. Defensive, they're going to be better. Knicks West. Reggie Bullock, he's a good 3-and-D kind of guy. That I know his defensive prowess is going to hurt, him not being there. So Frank Ntilikina, I think he might it's a better place for him in Dallas. He's not going to be as scrutinized. Maybe Jason Kidd can, take him under his wing. That's going to be a cool thing with Luka. If Jason Kidd could teach him how to be a point guard, you don't have to try to get to the basket or chuck up shots, bad shots, as Paul George would say, all the time. And I really think Milliken could do really well. But like I said, what he's going to – and now he'll probably have more chances to shoot. He's a good corner three shooter. Luka will find him, and it'll be nice. But Dallas, I think who else they got?
Yeah, like Boban. Who they traded for? Who they got for Josh Richardson?
They got. I just had
Because
that
they
was
still
one
have
of the things.
Jalen Brunson. I mean that. So
I'm surprised he freaking
resigned, right?
Yeah, I thought he was gone, to be honest. I really thought he was gone.
Yeah.
This kid just train of thought freaking just taken away, so I apologize.
No, it's cool, but I like Dallas. I do think KP, this is the year he finally locks in and silences all the doubters, all the haters. Really stays committed to his craft.
Like Moses Brown, he was up and coming. That's going to be a great move because good rebounder, ton of upside there. Dallas is a perfect spot for him. But yeah, I do like that. But having Luka on your team
doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt. 2K cover, maybe an MVP in his first time in his career. But Luka, he might be the man this year. But I can see Dallas I'm gonna go with Dallas at 3. This is the bold prediction step back because we get wild with these.
Nice. 4, I got Utah. I probably could have flip flopped Utah and Dallas. We got some action on the screen. We got action, and he ran away.
He ran away. So he's not ready for the action. You know what I'm saying?
He's not ready. My
Blake,
man.
Who you rooting for this year? Blake, who you rooting for this year? Who's your team in basketball? You don't know? He likes LeBron though.
Oh, that's good. Good.
I mean, right? Yeah, he doesn't want to talk. He's shy.
Oh, my
Nick
man. Just stop.
Nick State. That's right. Go ahead. Say something funny. You're sleeping on the floor. Don't acknowledge me. Nah. But that's a good pick. Utah, I think they're going to be higher.
Yeah.
But go get the AAA batteries out of the drawer, bro. No, don't touch those files, please. But who we up to?
I think it's your 4th pick.
My 4th pick. I'm going to go. Trying to write while I'm doing this. It's crazy. I am going to go with the Golden State Warriors. With the return of the Splash Brothers, I think they're about to make one more decent run. I really believe that. I want to see it. If you're an NBA fan, you want to see what Steph and Clay can do. 2 years away from each other, just injury after injury. I mean, come on, Clay, bring it back. I want to just. There's no better team to watch than Golden State when they're on their game. When we hear beautiful basketball, ball movement, shooting, just that fun they have on that floor. I mean, how long is Wiseman out? He's not out for the year, right?
I don't think so.
I mean, you can get Wiseman back, and all they needed was someone like him, like your big man. You got Draymond Green, who he held it down, man, playing that point forward position. He really did. You get those guys back. Andrew Wiggins gets the vaccine. He doesn't have to touch the ball as much. Maybe he can go back to just being an athletic guy, drawing contacts, getting to the line. You're damn sure ain't shooting that much with Stephen Clay on the floor. I honestly, with health, I think Golden State can be in a nice little position there.
I like that pick. I really do. You can't go wrong with the pedigree of Steph and Clay, and you can't go wrong with the championship pedigree of Steve Kerr as well. So it's the return of the Splash Brothers. Golden State, they're back. This is what we've been waiting for. Number 5, I had Dallas, and like I said before, I could have flip flopped Utah and Dallas, but you know, the last year's relationship between Luka and KP kind of knocked them down a spot for me. I like to believe it when I see it, as far as KP's improved performance, but so far he's improved well. He's been playing well in the preseason. He's ducking the ball, posting up. Luka's finding him on the 3-point line. He's finding him in the block, and um, so far they've looked well, as well as the 70-point win against the Hornets the other night. But yeah, I have Dallas at 5. Hopefully, Jay Kidd can learn from his previous mistakes at his other spots in Brooklyn and Milwaukee and improve on player relationship. And I think Dallas will make a lot of noise once they get into playoffs this year.
Be healthy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, be healthy. All right. Nitty gritty.
Yep.
We gonna go. I'm gonna go with Phoenix. You gotta keep Phoenix up there.
Okay.
Ayton, Booker, Paul, Cameron Johnson. You can't go wrong with that. Really didn't lose anybody. Like Crowder's still there. I can see it happening. And they're still going to be one of the best teams to watch. Good shooting team. It's yours, right? Okay. You're still going to be a fun team to watch. Devin Booker, I mean, he could be an MVP candidate too. You can't – that dude, when he goes off, he goes off. I just want to see him – actually, he showed some good, like, moxie as a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see more of it, which he can do it. We all know he can score the ball. Like, nobody's
Right.
business. That dude can just light it up. But I like Phoenix. I don't know if they're going, like you said, I can't see them get back to the finals, but they're still going to be a tough team to beat, especially playing in the Valley. It's going to be all around fun team to watch, and they're going to win some games. A lot of them.
I agree. They will win a lot of games. I don't think they'll win as much as last year, which is why I have them at number 6. I think they were good, but I also think they were a product of an injured Western Conference.
Okay.
They were very efficient shooting the ball. They were very good defensively, but that's being good defensively had to do with the stars not being on the floor. You look at the Lakers, you look at Denver, you look at Portland, you look at Memphis, you look at the Clippers, and in some respects, Minnesota. So I think Phoenix with Chris Paul as your point guard, he'll steal you a few wins. He'll lead you. There's no way he won't lead you to the playoffs. But I still don't think they're as good as last year, but they're good enough to make a top 6 seed. Give me Phoenix at 6.
Okay. Next up, I'm going to go with Portland. I know you saw, Dame much. Let's see if CJ can come back if they don't deal him. You heard a lot of that talk with Ben and CJ, blah, 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 first round picks. Portland definitely, they're going to be in a playoff picture. Just Dame alone, he's going to keep you in every single game. I want to see CJ. They got to start leading, like getting these young guys involved. Like I said, Covington, can't forget about Nurkic. Love that guy's game. He's the traditional back to the basket guy. Got to stay healthy though. I think they got Cody Zeller for that reason. That they don't, his health is not always the best. Greg Brown, I do like. Tony Snell, knockdown 3-point shooter. Anthony Simmons.
50-50-100.
There you go. And That's their little North Carolina product that you know. Um, that's another one that they got to get these guys some playing time. You know, they're pretty young.
Yeah,
They're definitely young. Ben McLemore, blast from the past.
he came on
But
strong last year.
he did. It was a perfect place for him. There's some places that players just regained everything they had coming into the league. He was a top prospect for a reason. Well, let's see what he can do. You know, playing with Dame and CJ and all of them, maybe that can rejuvenate. Maybe give him another contract. But I see Portland there. That's usually where they are anyway. You know, that 6 to 8 spot,
Hmm.
and a lock in Portland.
Nice. Uh,
Oh,
number seven.
yeah,
s- Number seven, I had the Warriors.
over there. Okay.
I only say this because I don't know how often Clay will play. I know he'll be on a minutes restriction. It would be nice to see them back. And Curry can lead a team by himself. Obviously, he led them to the play-in tournament, by himself. And I think he'll be fighting for that sixth seed. I don't think Clay will play enough to get them there, but I do think they're better than the other teams, listed later on. Give me the Warriors at 7.
Okay. 7, John Morant and the boys.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Memphis. I think they're ready to not have to play in the playing game and get a 7 spot. But 3J comes back. John Morant, Dylan Brooks. I mean, great. Well, Grace is still there. Yeah, he's still there.
No,
Oh,
Grayson's in
he got
Milwaukee.
traded. Oh yeah, that there it. I was wondering. I was like, it was somebody else. There you go. Thank you for correcting me. Come on, but Memphis, you know, they have that one of my favorites. Um, Tillman. There you go. Xavier Tillman, tough, strong. He's all what Memphis is about. And that's what they play. Tough, gritty. I want to see John Morant pass the ball a little bit more. I know he's where he want to put somebody in the post so bad, but you don't want to put your body on the line that much. I mean, especially when the playoffs come, you got to be able to, you know, slow it down a little bit and play your game. But oh, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like like I said. How much did you hear?
You said Morant putting his body on the line.
Yeah, you know, he's going like I said in the group one day. He's going to wind up putting somebody in the poster pretty badly.
Yeah.
It's going to look ugly, but he needs to, you know, slow it down, be that playmaker for his team like he was back in school. And we know he can score, but you got to set up your guys. Hit Desmond Bain, let him get his shine. You know, Brandon Clark, I love that kid. They just have so much talent there. But him and 3J, they got to stay healthy together. 3J has to stay healthy. You know, that kid, he can be that defensive anchor in the middle for that team. And I think Memphis can really do it. I really like that team.
Nice. Nice. I like Memphis too. Not as much, uh, but that
Steven
number.
Adams.
Yes, they got Steven Adams.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Yeah, right. They traded him for Valanciunas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 8, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I'm with you on that one.
I think we finally get a full season of Russell, Edwards, and Towns, but
Mm-hmm.
the supporting cast is, I think, ready to finally come into their own.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue is, will they play enough defense to 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 make a playoff spot? because I think they will definitely score. Hell, I
Mm-hmm.
had Anthony Edwards as an All-Star this year.
That's praise right there. Yeah, as long as he don't talk, he don't bother me. As long as he doesn't talk, he doesn't bother me. But yeah, I like it. I like the addition of Torian Prince for them.
Hmm.
He's a good defensive player. He can shoot the three. Jared Vanderbilt, he showed some nice little promise when they got playing time. Josh Okogie can be a premier defender in the league. Nas Reed, I like. He's another big man that they really need to utilize a little bit more. Pat Uptowns, Black Uptown Beverly, he'll bring some toughness to that team. I don't know how long he's going to stay there, but Pat Beverly should be a nice little help to the team to bring them some toughness because we all know D'Angelo Russell. He's a softie sometimes, and they need more than that. But yeah, I do like that eighth spot in Minnesota to make that. But I did last year. I thought they would do it, but Ryan Saunders couldn't bring him to the promised land. I like Leandro Barmaro. I hope he comes over because he's
Hmm.
a very skilled player from overseas. Um, Malik Beasley, as long as he's not beating on anybody and getting his head straight, he'll drop you 16, 17 points a game, and he'll get you. There's a reason they paid him that money. Um, but yeah, this team, Jaden McDaniels is another one. I want to see what he can do. You know, first round pick out of last year. So I want to see what he can do. But yeah, the team is talented. Jalen Noel, good 3-point shooter.
Hmm.
But yeah, they got talent all around. And I, Edwards, I like that. I would like to see him in the All Star game. That's a bold pick. I really do like that.
Nice. Who you had at 8? You had Minnesota at 8 too.
I got Minnesota at 8.
Okay. Number 9 for the play-in. It, it's only because Kawhi's not there.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Clippers,
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
and their point guard situation doesn't really excite me all that much. Which that's why I think the Clippers should make a run at John Wall, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they will.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They like to stand pat sometimes on things and let the cards fall where they may. But I mean, at least we get to see Terrence Mann,
Hmm.
see what he can do up that big playoff run. You got Reggie Jackson back. One of my favorite players in the draft, Brandon Boston from Kentucky. I want to see that kid play, but we'll see if he'll get that time. Eric Bledsoe, whatever. Uh, he back in LA. Serge Ibaka, he's gonna play you tough. Serge is gonna do what he does. Um, they got Keon Johnson, another one, another solid guy. They got a lot of young rookies, man. I
Yeah.
mean, Justice Winslow. I mean, so it's Paul George and the young crew, pretty much.
Hmm.
Sasser Ibaka. So it's Paul George's team till Kawhi gets back, but it's gonna be a while. So let's see if Paul George can keep them with a winning record, and maybe we'll see him in a play-in, maybe.
Yeah. Number 10. 10 I had Memphis,
Okay, that's fair.
and partly due to I put more credence in Paul George over Morant,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, Morant put his body on the line, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he improved his 3-point shooting. It shows some promise
Yes.
in the playoffs, but I like to see it during the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're good enough to for the third straight year going to the play-in tournament.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah, I got Memphis at 10.
I'm gonna go with San Antonio.
Oh, those big old women are.
I mean,
Uh,
good old Greg Popovich. Make sure he don't have to pop him. You know what? John A. Murray, one of my favorites, Keldon Johnson. Please put that down. That is young, solid
mhm.
vet. Zach Collins, maybe he can get his career back on track after all the injuries. Doug McDermott, they needed some shooters last year, and Doug McDermott can fill that for a little bit. Um, Brent Forbes, Lonnie Walker. They got some nice young guys on the team that can step up. Joe Wisekamp, they brought him in because
Yeah.
he's a shooter from Iowa. Derek White, I always liked him. He got an extension too, so they're putting the future on him to do some things. Devin Vassell, he showed some promise. Good 3-and-D guy from Florida State. I think he'll be okay. Jacob Podol, dude, he is solid, 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 like a rock. And I think the Spurs off that plus Trey Jones, but I want to see who will play in time. But I think he's
Yeah.
gonna be on the end of the bench.
Yeah.
But other than that, Spurs, I can see him doing the 10th spot. You know, they just stick around. Pop is a great coach. He knows how to get the most out of his guys, and he did last year. Hey,
26 more wins to become the all-time winningest coach
mm-hmm.
in NBA history. But I think Spurs are in full rebuild mode, and I like those pieces. I don't think it's enough for a playing spot. I definitely think they'll contend for one. But I think I had
We'll
the
try it.
Spurs at 12. It was funny. I had the Kings kind of like possibly competing for that 10th spot. I had them at 11, but I'm high on the Kings. I don't think it's hard. Luke Walton would have to be fired in the middle of the season in order for him to make the playoffs. Because it's too much firepower for them to fail. Holmes and Mitchell and Halliburton. I really think they're going to try that 3-guard system, put Halliburton at the 3, or bring Mitchell off the bench, or bring Halliburton off the bench. Either way, I think the Kings will turn some heads unless Luke Walton just messes it up, which I know is very possible.
Hey, they got some toughness. Davion Mitchell, though, he's going to be a defensive stopper, man. I like that kid's game. He's tough. Of course, they got Buddy Hield, Cueta, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
They needed another big man because Harry Giles, actually, he went to the Clippers, so, they need to replace him. Marvin Bagley, time's running out on that kid in Sacramento. I mean, he showed promise his first year. Then, besides injuries and inconsistent play, I don't know how far they're going to go. Harrison Barnes, it's going to be Harrison Barnes. He'll get you your solid, minutes. He'll drop buckets. Maurice Harkless, solid player. They got a whole bunch of solid guys on there, and Alex Len, can't forget about him.
Solid bet.
Yeah, solid bet.
What's a solid guys that know how to get the job done, and Fox is the guy who's spearheads it all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean the Kings are a team I keep my eye on this year. I think they're going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, with him and Hill in that backcourt is one of the fun backcourts. Plus with Tyrese, Halliburton. Yeah. Either way, it's
they'll be good. They'll be real good. All right, who you got for Rookie of the Year?
I'm gonna go with Cade Cunningham. I mean, it's just his spot is there for that team. He's right in the middle of everything. Mm-hmm. Opportunity is gonna come through him. Spotlight's gonna be on him. Good playmaker. He can score. He can do everything on the floor. I would say it will be either him. It's gonna be a toss-up between him or Suggs. Suggs is gonna have a lot to do in that Magic offense, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, and I see one of those two, but I think Cade, when it comes down to it, I think he does it.
That's a good pick, Cade, running the show in Detroit. Young team. I like the direction they were going in. We mentioned that before during the offseason and the last season. I have Jalen Green as the Rookie of the Year. Houston's going to run wild. I think they're also going to be a fun team to watch. John Wall isn't going to play. So, yeah, I like what I saw in Summer League so far in the preseason. Yeah, I'm a big Jalen Green guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jalen Green definitely. He's another high flyer. KPJ, you know that's Kevin Porter Jr. He's found a home in Houston. I like Josh Christopher, Christian Wood, Daniel Tice. I mean, he'll bring the toughness. You always need those tough guys. Eric Gordon somehow is still there. I like Usman Garuba. You know, they had like 80 picks. You got to hit on 2 or 3 of them. Kenyon Martin Jr., another one you can't run away from the DNA, man. That kid is going to be good. Jashawn Tate came out of nowhere last year to put up some nice numbers. Dante Exum, where the hell he come from?
Yeah,
You know,
you'll find him on every fantasy spreadsheet.
shout out to Felipe. It all comes back.
It always comes back.
But DJ Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like that kid. I mean, I just think he always gets like a rough shake of things, but the dude, he can play. But like, I do agree. I'm going to watch a lot of Houston games when I can. And they also got Sengun.
Mm-hmm.
He's another one I like. I mean, so it's Houston. You don't have a problem. You got a youth movement, and just stick with it. And along with Oklahoma City, that's another team with Pokashevsky. There we go. I got his name right. Man, Theo Maladone,
Lou Dort and those guys,
Lou
yeah.
Dort, and those guys. Shai Gilgis, he got the bag, so he's going to lead them into their future with all 100 picks of the 2022-23 NBA draft. But yeah, the youth movement is coming, man. It's going to be. I think the league's going to be in good hands, and we're going to see these younger teams starting to make their way up once, like the LeBrons and stuff like that. They start riding off into the sunset, and you're going to see maybe Houston, come out of nowhere. But it will be fun to see what's going to be happening in the next 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. It would be. You just want to see the progression, and those guys are pretty nice building blocks on those respective teams. So it'll be exciting for sure. Who you have for MVP?
I am going to go. I'm going to say he stays healthy. He finally does it. I'm going to go with Embiid. I think because he was an injury away from. I know Jokic was good, but if Embiid stay healthy, I think he would have had it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Because he did it on both sides. Jokic is good, but he sucks on the defensive end. I mean, let's be honest. He can do everything else. He can't play defense. That just ain't him. But yeah, I like Embiid, man. I think he's gonna carry it.
Okay. Okay. I, you like bold picks. I definitely have a bold one for you.
All right.
Karl Anthony Towns.
That would make me happy. That would be pretty cool. I thought stuff he's going through. I think that'll be cool. But he needs to play with that fire. That's the thing. Like you see it sometimes, but then you don't see it. I think this time in Minnesota, it wears everybody down. They did it with KG. Honestly, happened with KG. It happened in the Cat. It's just they don't. Even the Knicks got it right. With the coach and everything, they just handled everything wrong. Maybe having Alex Rodriguez in there would. I don't know. I mean, well, he was salty because he didn't get the Mets. I mean, it just happened. But man, like I said, maybe I don't know. I mean, it's just a joke of a franchise. It just sucks. I really hope he gets traded, to be honest, because he deserved to be on a better team. I mean, Anthony Edwards, let him lead the team. Maybe Russell, but Russell came there for Cat, so let's see what happens. But that's a bold pick. I do like that pick. And if he's healthy, he's going to put up his numbers. Come on, he could be a 25 and 15 guy with no problem. Plus 80-something% from the free throw line. So
yeah. My backup is Trae Young.
I like that. I like that backup. Huh. My backup is going to be Trey Pound. That's a KD. That's going to be a. I
That's
think so. I think
yeah,
that Achilles. What Achilles? But that dude is just freaking ridiculous. Still got his hops are there. His jumper is just wet. It, man, yeah.
yeah. I like
I'm a
that.
Luca. I'm somewhat of a Luca guy, but I like KD better.
Okay, I could respect that. Okay, who's your sixth man of the year?
I'm gonna say we're gonna repeat it. We're gonna say Jordan Clarkson. Cause hey, Utah ain't got the bench like they don't got the bench like that. So who's gonna be doing all the scoring? Jordan Clarkson.
Okay,
And my backup, I was gonna go with Patty Mills. I'm gonna get bold. I'm gonna go piggyback your Hawks pick one of his teammates, Kevin Herter.
really,
Yep.
I like that.
I,
And
I, I, I Red Rocket, man. I ain't talking about freaking Andy Dalton's bum ass.
don't mention Andy Dalton. As a matter
Oh
of
yeah.
fact,
Oh yeah.
we
Matt,
mentioned
Matt
we
didn't mess with
mentioned
me, did
Andy.
he?
No, we got Matt in the chat. Soon
Oh
in the message board, as soon as you mentioned Andy Dalton, he
yeah.
heard the
He
bell.
popped up. He
He heard the
popped up. He,
bell.
whoa, Andy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, he's calling for him to come back to start. I hear you, Matt. But yeah, I like that pick.
Thank
Uh, I have I, I I went chalk. I went Patty Mills. I just
I
I
like
just
that.
think that I just think he's going to make too much of an impact not to win that award, man.
Yeah, I like
I,
it.
so much so I didn't even make a backup pick. I'm all in
Okay.
Patty Mills.
Okay.
All in
All in on Patty Mills. Okay. Okay.
over chips on the table.
I like it. I freaking like it. What we got next?
Coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Ooh. I gotta go with one of my favorite point guards, even though he's in BK. Steve Nash. I think he does it.
He should win it right now for dealing with Kyrie.
Early.
Don't even try. That's it.
Don't even try. I was happy from last year when freaking Coach Tibbs got it. I was like, yeah.
Keep it a New York
But
thing. Like
keep it in New York.
everyone else need not apply.
Yep, exactly. Don't worry about it. Stamped and delivered.
But yeah, no, I like that. I like that pick. If everything comes to fruition, if Kyrie decides to show up halfway through the season,
Mm-hmm.
it might derail him. But hell, I thought he should have got it last year. But I'm not mad with Tibbs. I wasn't mad with Monty
Mm-hmm.
Williams. Matt mentions Billy Donovan. I
That's
had I had him last year, thinking they would
mm-hmm.
make some strides. But now with an improved roster,
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely in my top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but my pick for coach of the year is actually a rookie, Chauncey Billups.
Hmm.
If you can lead Portland to that 3 seed, I know like conventional thinking would Lillard would be the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think so, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Chauncey. I think Chauncey gets
Okay.
fits the bill. He'll get
Okay.
that for me.
Okay. I like it.
Okay, I think that would definitely do it. And maybe my backup would be Jason Kidd. I think
Oh, that's fair.
I think he learned his lesson, and Luka would drive him to that award. But
Or else
um,
it's asking.
yeah, I mean, once you curse out Giannis and the rest of the team, forcing to play on
Mm-hmm.
practice on Christmas Eve,
Yeah, you.
yeah, I don't think you can do any worse than that. I think he learned his
Mm-hmm.
lesson.
Wow, for you, I hope so.
But I'm glad Matt was able to get on. I'm going to close this show with the WNBA Finals, because these
Yes.
playoffs have been real nice.
Wow.
Right now, Chicago's up huge at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
They're up by 20, 22, 46, 24. But how they got to these spots, Chicago and Phoenix, you're watching two legends go at it. I mean, Candace Parker, who returned home,
Mm-hmm.
taking a risk, taking a chance, taking a chance to go back home. And right now, she's fulfilling the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the GOAT, Diana Taurasi, just doing GOAT things. And
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix knocking off Connecticut. Chicago, no, Phoenix knocked off the Aces. Chicago knocked off Connecticut. Two top seeds in their respective conference. But it's the other players who's also made significant contributions. Sophie Cunningham,
My girl.
Leah Copper, star in the making. I mean, Chicago, I was high on Chicago in the beginning of the season, and they had a lot of injuries. And now, we're in the finals and up big. It was a great game too. Went to overtime.
You can say that. Oh.
And, Courtney Vandersloot, shout out to her, made all WNBA second team.
I'll take him.
All WNBA second team, and Brittany Griner, out last year due to mental health, and I mean she came on strong this year, made all WNBA first team, threw it down game 2. I mean these teams are stacked, and these players have been very fun to watch.
Yeah, it definitely has been. Just Phoenix, the Mercury. I mean, not the Mercury. Sorry, Liberty pushed them to the limit, man.
Yeah,
they were Sophie Cunningham run from just knocking them out, man. It was crazy, but it is what it is. But like I said, this season has been good, man. But Leah Cooper, she's actually going off right now. She got 20 in the first half.
Yeah, 20-8, no 20-6.
26, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. Chicago got to win something. I mean,
the Bears ain't doing it.
Oh, first one of the night. Gun smoke.
Yeah, I'm all for Chicago, and this is what the Mercury had envisioned when they traded for Skylar.
Oh yeah.
So this is their big three. You got Chicago's big three. This is what super teams are about,
Absolutely.
And it was, like I said, an exciting game 2 finish. The game 5 between the Aces and the Mercury, where Taurasi totally took over that game, and the Aces were up by 12. And she just went off and did her thing, and that's why she was voted the GOAT.
That was beautiful. But yeah, I gotta go shout out to the Libs, on all rookie team. We got the rookie of the year, Michaela Wnba, and Didi Richards made the all rookie team too. So, New York stand up. So we do.
That's
damn right. They're on their way. But yeah, like I said, enjoy this while you can. Just like we say with the NBA, give these girls flowers while you can, because Candace Parker, winner from Tennessee, all the way to the WNBA. That's all she did was win. Taurasi, same thing, Connecticut, and those Jim Calhoun-led teams. She was a baller then, baller now. It's just crazy to see what these women are doing. And Wnba, you got, like you said, Sophie Cunningham's, Leah Cooper's, and the Connecticut Suns, that whole team just balling out, just going from one of the worst teams to one of the best. And that's what it's about. And hopefully they get an extended playoffs too.
This single elimination stuff ain't gonna work. Best of 5. No, best of single elimination and best of 3, then best of 5.
I gotta give them 7 games.
They're gonna change that. Just like I think they're gonna change, and I know Dunk City talked about it. I'm not sure when their next episode is, but you catch previous episodes. They've been singing into the river, reseeding. The WNBA does it. They reseed based on matchups.
Yep.
Just like it was a great Giants-Dodgers series. It controversial ending. I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that
Just
was
like
trash.
it's like Boston's laying into Houston right now. So
Did you
yeah,
hear the old Lord? Yo, Dusty Baker said, "Oh Lord." That was great. Oh man.
that was good. But yeah, I like to see an expanded playoffs here, man. It has
Yeah.
to happen. And,
Mhm.
I also like the NBA players supporting the teams here, man. The Sun
That's
coming
cool
out
to see them.
uh,
Yeah.
supporting the Mercury. Yeah, my man with the point and shoot camera. Apparently, it's the most expensive point and shoot camera you can get. So
Well, that's not surprising. Like, hey, you can
gold
do that with
plated.
making exactly, man. But I mean, they should be supporting them now because they're like, damn, we know how you feel too.
Yeah, I like to see it, man. And
Yeah.
again, Vandersloot is just dominating these playoffs. Had a triple double in it.
Mm.
Had a 14 and 12 the other night. She has 4 and
Mm-hmm.
4 right now. Uh, I know we talked last week about not last week, our last episode about we had our top 75 and the WNBA
Mm-hmm.
top 25. She's got to get in it.
Yep. Oh yeah, she will.
She will.
Yes, she definitely will, man. And these teams, like I said, these women, we told you they're gonna come out, play hard. Don't sleep on them. They got ballers everywhere, man. And if you're not seeing it now, then you're just gonna be blind forever.
Yeah, I think expansion's coming. This is good. Um, the ratings are increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Good, increased pay, expanded team. So it's in a good place. I wish the
Absolutely.
TV coverage was a bit better, but step at a time.
Yep. There you go.
Uh, yeah, man. This has been good, good stuff. I know we've been on here for damn near close to 2 hours, and
Hey.
it's about to open up the season. It's been, it's been real here. Uh, we had plans on maybe going on Monday, going over our fantasy league with
Mm-hmm.
our fantasy. Should I put air quotes in expert or?
Oh, you could.
Because technically I'm the champ. So,
Oh shit. He said
but
I'm the kangaroo. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But he does have his show, Total
Mm-hmm.
Bases on Sundays. Him and Sean Flannery, uh, fantasy baseball. Those two duked it out for the baseball
Mm-hmm.
championship. I was knocked out by Sean. It was a good run this season. Good competition by both those guys. But we had plans going on Monday, talking about our fantasy team and who you can look for if you haven't
Mm-hmm.
had your draft yet. If you guys are having a late draft, who to look for, the
Absolutely.
sleepers, and who to keep. So I think we'll probably look out for that on Monday night. Again, and we got Tuesday nights with Football Life, just Audible, going over week
Yes, sir.
6.
Check it out.
This is week 6 now, right? Yeah, yes, because
Yeah.
I'm on with 5. Okay, I got it. That's how I keep
Yeah.
track.
I
All right.
wouldn't know.
Yeah. Week 6 review with Matt and Randy. We'll see how Randy feels after the Rams lay into the Giants, and we'll see if the offensive line of the Bears can hold up Justin Fields for more than a quarter and a half. But those guys do an awesome job, and
Absolutely.
working for Dong City, where those guys can review the playoffs. The White Sox knocked out, the Braves somehow advanced,
Goddamn straight.
Cardinals eliminated, Dodgers and Max taking off his shirt any chance you can get. And watching
Everybody wants to start taking off their shirts now, huh?
yeah, it's amazing. But catch Henry Maldonado Jr., Vince Mercandetti, either cry or yell at the Boston and Houston series. Which cheater will they go for?
And it's funny. The Dodgers were too. I'm just saying. You got three. You got three cheaters. Pick them. 1, 2, 3. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, it's filled with cheaters. Got him in football. People call the GOAT Tom Brady. He's a cheating ass mofo. And people love him, right? It is what it is.
Catch Worksheet Wrestling Podcast with Corey Richmond, Jason Brooks, AEW signing more stars, WWE letting go more people.
Welcome.
Yeah.
We got Roman Reigns. That's all that matters. Acknowledge him.
Yeah. Let's see how fast that gets played out. And I believe the return of pod jobbers with Jake Schwartz, CO Kid, and Beautiful Brett. Not sure what day they're on, but you can catch those guys by subscribing to the Life Group Podcast Network on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple. Yep, I said iHeartRadio. And however you receive your audio podcast. But
Sir.
It's been a good episode here. I'm glad to talk to you again. You have any parting words for the audience, brother?
Same things always. Thank you, anybody who listened. Feels good to be back. Hopefully, we'll get on a little better schedule. I have to. Season's probably still every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Recap it, get it going, and catch all our other Life Group podcasts. You know the deal. You already went over it. And thanks again. Got a tired little kid here who fell asleep.
Oh, poor kid.
Should push him off the chair.
Look, those kids, right?
Absolutely.
All right, because this is the last time you're going to see a Kyrie Irving jersey, so get a good look at it. Until next time, everybody, ball out. My man right there, man.
Yes, sir. He is out.